It's time for the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This is a race that defines the word endurance, as cars, teams, fans, and anyone involved in this race must survive in some of the most grueling and exciting 24 hours that take place. And this year, it's time to write a new chapter in the history books. Coming up is a complete race preview for the 2025 edition of the greatest and most famous endurance race in the world, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This year, Le Mans will be epic, and there is a lot of information that you need to know about this race. This event will mark the 93rd edition of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, with the race dating back 102 years, having been established in 1923. This year, a total of 13 car manufacturers will be on the grid. This includes Alpine, Aston Martin, BMW, Cadillac, Chevrolet, Ferrari, Ford, Lexus, McLaren, Mercedes, Peugeot, Porsche, and Toyota. Mercedes-AMG is the newcomer to the grid this year, as they will be racing in LMGT3 with the Iron Lynx and making their return to Le Mans for the first time since 1999. With their GT racer, the AMG GT3. It's good for you to know though that we are missing two manufacturers from the previous grid in 2024. These brands are Lamborghini, who raced in Hypercar and LMGT3, and Isotta Fraschini, who competed in the Hypercar class last year and made their debut with the Tipo 6 LMH Competizione. Just like last year, 3 categories will be present, which are Hypercar, LMP2, and LMGT3, with 21 entries in Hypercar, 17 in LMP2, and finally 24 in LMGT3, which combines to create a 62-car field for the 2025 race. A part of the entry list this year is the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR LMH, which finally makes its debut at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2025. And by the way, we've been waiting for the Valkyrie to come to Le Mans for over 5 years now, so it's really good to say that Aston Martin are finally present in the Hypercar class. Also, in case you're wondering where the other new Hypercars are from the new brands of Genesis, Ford, and McLaren, well, Genesis will be joining Le Mans in 2026, and Ford and McLaren will join a year later in the Hypercar class in 2027. The entries on the 2025 grid include the entire full season field of the World Endurance Championship, as well as some additional entries from other championships such as IMSA. Speaking of IMSA's presence at Le Mans, make sure to check out this video when you get a chance to find out more details about IMSA cars at the 24 Hours of Le Mans this year. The list includes 3 additional entries in Hypercar, which are a third Porsche Penske 963, which is the number 4 entry, the number 101 Wayne Taylor Racing Cadillac, and the number 311 Whelen Cadillac from Action Express Racing. In addition to the entire LMP2 field are 6 extra LMGT3 cars which are not a part of the full season of the WEC. This includes the number 13 AWA Corvette, a third Iron Lynx Mercedes, which is the number 63 car, then there is the number 90 Manthey Porsche, and finally 3 additional Ferrari 296 cars, which are the number 57 Kessel Racing, a third AF Corse GT3, which is the number 150 Ferrari, and finally the number 193 Zigo Sport Tempesta 296. During the 93rd edition of this race, a total of 186 drivers will be racing out on track, and that even includes highly successful racers from outside of endurance racing events, like 2009 F1 champion Jenson Button, 7-time MotoGP champion Valentino Rossi, and Kevin Magnussen, who raced full-time in F1 for 9 years. The 24 Hours of Le Mans is regarded as one of the greatest motor races in the world. In fact, it is the oldest endurance race that still exists today. Across the event's history, the German auto manufacturer Porsche continues to be the most successful brand, with 19 overall victories to date. And in fact, they have a chance to win their 20th in 2025 with either of their 4 entries in Hypercar. Jost Racing, meanwhile, holds the record for the most wins as a team, where Tom Christensen is the driver with the most overall victories, with 9 secured, which gave him the title of Mr. Le Mans. The Le Mans 24 Hour is also a part of the Triple Crown of Motorsports, which includes the Monaco Grand Prix and the Indy 500. And so far, the only driver to win the Triple Crown has been Graham Hill, with his win of the 1972 Le Mans in the Matra Simca MS670 being the result which helped him to get that achievement. The 24 Hours of Le Mans also takes place on the Circuit de la Sarthe, also referred to as the Circuit de 24 Hours of Le Mans, which features a combination of public-built roads and purpose-built track surfaces, and it has multiple sections which have become very iconic, which includes the very long Mulsanne Straight. The course was opened on May 26th of 1923, and it's located in the town of Le Mans in France. The current iteration of the circuit has 38 turns, which make up the 8.467 mile or 13.626 kilometer track, and the lap record was set in 2019 by Mike Conway, which was a 3 minute 17.297 in the Toyota TS050 LMP1. Moving on to the balance of performance ahead of the Le Mans 24 Hour in 2025. Let's take a look at the Hypercar power adjustments before heading into the weight of these cars. For 2025, the Toyota GR010 Hybrid and the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR LMH are the most powerful cars on the grid, where the Peugeot 9X8 Hypercar is now the least powerful. Alongside having the most power, the Aston Martin Valkyrie is also the lightest car on the grid, weighing 1,030 kilograms or 2,270 pounds. Meanwhile, the Toyota continues to be the heaviest out of the hypercar entries at Le Mans. However, compared to the 6 Hours of Spa last month, the GR010 has lost a lot of weight, and the same can be said for the cars from BMW, Ferrari, and Porsche. As for the maximum stint energy in hypercar, the BMW M Hybrid V8 has the most stint energy, while the Peugeot 9X8 has the least. Moving on from hypercar to LMGT3, and by the way, in case you're wondering, even though the LMP2 cars are here for this event exclusively, there is not going to be any BOP for the 17 Oreca 07 cars in this event. For LMGT3, both Detroit-based brands Ford and Chevrolet have benefited greatly from the BOP adjustments for Le Mans this year, with the Mustang and Corvette Z06 both getting power increases and weight decreases, with both of the American cars now set at P1. As for the weight, the Porsche 911 GT3R is now the lightest car on the grid in the GT category, with the Ford Mustang GT3 being the second lightest car, proving that the Proton competition run Mustangs have a really good set of BOP this year. Meanwhile, the new for the WEC Mercedes-AMG GT3 is now the heaviest car on the grid, by a small margin over the Lexus RCF, although the maximum stint energy in LMGT3 sets the Mercedes with the most stint energy, with 718, while the Porsche has the least amount. Next up are the WEC Championship standings heading out of the last round of the 6 Hours of Spa and heading into Le Mans. In hypercar, the number 51 Ferrari extends its championship lead with 75 points, followed by the number 50 Ferrari with 57 points, while the number 83 Ferrari completes the top 3. Moving into 4th is the number 8 Toyota, driven by Buemi, Hartley, and Hirakawa, with a 38-point gap to the number 51 Ferrari, while the number 36 Alpine completes the top 5. After the A424 comes the 2 BMW M Team WRT entries, the number 20 ahead of the number 15, with the number 7 Toyota GR010 right behind. Finally, completing the top 10 are the 2 Hertz Team Jota Cadillacs, the number 12 and 9th, with the number 38 and 10th moving ahead of the Porsche Penske number 6 car. As for the hypercar manufacturer standings, Ferrari continued to lead with 136 points, followed by Toyota, who moves ahead of BMW. Alpine is placed in 4th ahead of Cadillac and Porsche, with Peugeot in 7th, and rounding off the top 8 is Aston Martin. For LMGT3, at the top is still the number 33 Corvette from TF Sport, with 44 points, but just 4 points behind is the number 21 Ferrari from Vista AF Corsa, which has closed the gap following their win here at Spa, while the number 78 Akotis ASP Lexus is in third. The number 92 Manthey First Form Porsche continues to be in fourth, with the number 54 Vista AF Corsa Ferrari moving into the top 5. Then comes the number 59 United Autosports McLaren, followed by the number 31 Team WRT BMW, the 27 Heart of Racing Aston Martin, the second Team WRT BMW, which is that number 46 car, with the number 88 Proton Competition Ford rounding off the top 10. Now, I've told you a lot of information about this iconic 24-hour race, but you still may be wondering, what's the schedule like and how are you supposed to watch this race live in 2025? Well, the 24 Hours of Le Mans will be happening on June 14th and June 15th this year, and the race will begin precisely at 4 p.m. local time as is tradition. Meanwhile, you'll be able to watch this race live by going to FIAWEC.tv. However, this is a subscription-based platform, and sometimes this option is not possible because it's geo-blocked in an area. But there are other ways of watching Le Mans in 2025 besides the FIAWEC.tv subscription. For example, in the USA, you'll be able to watch the action on the HBO Max streaming service, and I'll put a link in the description down below to more options. Here on this channel, we will also have multiple different live streams and updates covering the event throughout the race, and I highly recommend checking out each of the broadcasts and all the videos to keep up to speed with everything at Le Mans. If you can't watch the race live though, no worries, the race replay for the event will be available a couple of days after the race finishes on the World Endurance Championship YouTube channel, which I'll put a link to in the description down below as well. So that completes my race preview for the 2025 24 Hours of Le Mans. There is a lot to look forward to in this event, and I can confidently say that in my opinion, this is the best race of the year. But what are your thoughts on this upcoming event, and who will you be supporting? Well, be sure to let me know all your thoughts in the comments below.